Hey, what's up, everybody in ZillionHeir land? I'm here with Edwin Rexach doing a live interview talking about God, health, and a bunch of other things. What's up, Edwin? What's going on? How you doing?
Doing good, man. Paying more attention to my eating habits and eating fresh and healthy.
One of the cool things I love about Edwin, a few years ago, we introduced him into running 5K. The first day, how long did it take you to run that?
41 minutes.
41 minutes. He was the last one to come through the line. I was there waiting because everybody else had left and they took the finish line and everything.
Oh no, that was the half marathon.
That was the half
marathon. That took me 3 hours and 12 minutes.
But the long story short, he started out with a 5K, and like he said, he did another half marathon, and we've been cheering him on ever since.
Same year.
But in that same year, he empowered himself to reach a point to running how many marathons the first year?
I ran 5 full marathons, 26.2 miles in 1 year. I traveled to California, Ohio.
We're back in action with Edwin. So we were talking about that. You had run that 10K, then you ran like 4 marathons that year?
Yeah, that same year you exposed. It was a Jingle Bell in December, 5K. That's the first one I ran. I didn't know what a 5K was at the time and stuff. And then after that we did Key to Pain. Then after that we did Glastonbury half marathon. It was my first half marathon. And then after that I just started signing up for full marathons, and I did 5 full marathons in 1 year. And then I'm still running. I got
how many years has it been now?
5 years.
5 years. How many total marathons now?
Wow, I can't even tell you. I got a bunch of medals.
You've been around the world too, running too, right?
We went to Puerto Rico. We did the Lola Challenge over there.
Yeah. What's your favorite one?
I'll take it back home to Puerto Rico. I like the Lola Challenge.
Yeah.
The 5 day. No, but I have to say Memphis for the St. Jude's Hospital. That was real powerful. That was powerful. Yeah. That was they bring the kids out to the hospital out the front when the people were running. So that was touching, and then you see flags when people were kids and to who they are today because of that hospital.
Wow.
You know, so I think that's the most impactful run I've done. It's very encouraging. So running inspired a lot of things in your life and stuff. How is that carried over to your family and the people around you? Or? Absolutely. I got just this March, I was able to do the Mystic 10K with my wife and 3 of my daughters.
Wow.
Stuff like that. And we just got back from Puerto Rico, and I did a 5K over there with my wife and my daughter. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah, so everybody's getting healthy, right?
Absolutely.
And you've been with your wife for how many years now?
Praise God, 33.
33.
Jesus
Right, well, that's beautiful, right?
Years with my wife.
Yeah, I remember back in the days. I know Edwin since we were like 10 or 12, 11, something. We've been running around for a while, and we got interesting stories and stuff. But I think the most beautiful story with Edwin is when he did meet his wife Marie and stuff, and his little bit of a struggle with trying to do things her way. But thanks being that she's a godly woman, man. She set him straight, and his life never been the same. And he's doing wonderful things over at the prison, working with people. I seen him just help people that people run to him and give him a hug. So you know the testimony is in the relationships you have with your clients and stuff. Because this isn't one of those rewarding jobs when you're a clinician and stuff. Only you and the clinician know, and the client know what's up. It's not like nobody's gonna run around and say, hey, thanks for your service, or pat you on the back and call you a hero. But you've inspired a lot of people. I know personally, because everywhere I go, people always say, hey, Rexach.
Yeah, it's a ministry, man. It's a ministry. We do this unto God, you know. It's God's work, and that's it, man. You know, not the paycheck. Is about changing lives and allowing God to do that through us. It's amazing.
I remember back in the days when we were running around, you were working with perceptionist programs. Huh?
Oh yeah.
So we go back to when they were doing all the paperwork on paper, remember?
Oh yeah, that was 26 years ago now.
26, right? And rather than that, right, we were running around trying to pick up clients, doing it in paperwork. How would you list the clients? We couldn't put their names. We would call them by nicknames and stuff.
Nickname, or take their first 2 of their month and the last 2 of their social and come up with something.
I remember having nicknames like guy with 1 leg, guy missing an ear.
Soup kitchen guy. He was there volunteering.
Yeah.
Those are, to see people today from that era that are doing good and they recognize you.
Yeah.
Actually, matter of fact, today I was running. It's kind of crazy. I was running today, and I passed through this neighborhood, and this guy said, "Hey, I remember you." And stuff like that. So that's like that alone is key.
Yep.
That's the paycheck right there. He's doing good.
Yeah, man. I think back in the days we had a different way of doing the system. Like I stayed working and doing the micro work out here, you know, boots on the ground and stuff, and like it seemed like, you know, like case management and outreach just took a different turn, man. Back there we were boots on the ground,
Yeah,
and we weren't messing around.
Was in an abandoned building, wherever they were at, we get there and we'll work with them, meet them where they were at, and get them to treatment.
And somewhere along the ways I got lost, I think, man, because like even when I'm out here, when I do like some community service and stuff, I just don't run into, hey, I'm a case manager from so and so, whatever. I don't see that, man.
You know, some people sometimes take a job, you know, because it pays the bills, you know, but their heart is not there. I think with you and I, our heart was first, you know.
Yeah.
The paycheck was, it's there, we need it, but it was really people saw our heart, and that we didn't even have to promote ourselves. People would just word of mouth would get around, and next thing you know, we got the office full of people needing our help, right? Because the way we treated them.
They would come to us. Yeah. So, hey, most people don't know. You've known the Zillionaire all your life and stuff, man. Let's tell some people, these people are my fans, something interesting about the Zillionaire. Maybe they don't know
About the Zillionaire?
Something personal you know about me.
I mean, I know that I'm a man of God, for those that don't know, and I hear about the miracles in the Bible, and you know, knowing Miguel for over 30 plus years, I see miracles in front of me. You know, I didn't have to live during those biblical times or whatever, because I still see the miracles today. And what my boy went through, what he's been through, and still standing, that's a miracle, you know. And there's many stories, and I know God Himself has touched this man in the shoulder and told him that everything's going to be all right. So, you know, you have to have faith, you have to believe that, and you know, we keep moving forward because we know that. And anybody that has a relationship with God would understand what I'm talking about.
Edwin was my friend that I reached out to in 1999. I was actively addicted to heroin, and I called him. I was in my bathroom crying, and my son was in the other side of the door, and I called him up crying. I said, Edwin, I can't do this no more. He was in my house within a half hour, ready to take me to detox. And he said, yo, Mick, I'm taking you so far away, you can't get away this time. And he made sure he took me somewhere far away. He took me to detox. And after detox, he took me even farther to a long-term treatment program for like 9 months out there in the middle of nowhere.
Done a house.
And the beautiful thing about that story is that I had a moment of enlightenment actually at that rehab. I had a spiritual encounter where I got touched, and I think that's what changed my life forever, I think. Right, Ed? Remember when I called you?
Oh yeah, that whole thing was a blessing, because even when I picked you up at the detox, I remember you had mentioned that a pastor had came in to talk, right? And there was something about that man that you saw, and you went into that room and he shared his story, and he was at a point in his life when he was in active addiction that he said he would grab food from a garbage, and he'll eat the food, and he always had a dog with him, and the dog would smell the food and the dog wouldn't eat it, and he would eat it, you know. But look where he was at today. At that time, he was in treatment, giving back as a pastor, man of God, running a congregation, telling people that no matter how bad or how down they are, you know, have faith and they come out of whatever situation. And he's a living testimony of that. So I never forget, you told me that story there on the way to McDonough House. And then when I went to pick you up at McDonough House, you were quiet in the car for a while, and then we started talking, and you told me about, you saw your life flash in front of you, and God touched you and said everything's going to be all right.
That's the true story, man. That's the true story. You were there to witness it too.
Yeah.
And that guy at the detox with that story, actually, he helped me.
I gave you a leather bound Bible, and you held that Bible for many years. And I think even when I saw you incarcerated at one point, you told me to look up to your bed. I was working for the department at that time. You told me to look up for your bed, and you had a Bible there. And you said what's gotten you through was that Bible and thinking about seeing genuine people in your life.
Yeah.
And you also mentioned my wife's hugs.
Yeah, I did. That
And
really
you said
remembered it.
Those are the things that got you through your